Good evening, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Today is November 1st, Wednesday. All three indices did very well today on the positive side. NASDAQ up 200 points. So if I look at the NASDAQ and I look at the daily chart on the NASDAQ, 3 consecutive days of pluses. This is actually a very good sign. Indices moving in the right direction as well. Hopefully, this is a reverse. The way we will know is on Thursday, tomorrow. If there's a follow through day, then this has been in a rise, and that's a good sign. Today was actually a very clean signal. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't get to at least the 13,196 time frame in the next couple of days or so. But a few earnings were bad. I still think NASDAQ will do okay. Apple is key tomorrow. If Apple has good earnings, or at least not bad earnings, is what I'm expecting. Apple, anyway, is expected to show negative growth in revenue. But if they don't do it too badly, then I think we'll have a good rally up on Friday as well to take us past the 13,177 mark. So in the short term, looks good. Very short term, this actually looks like a good reversal. I'm hoping for that to continue over the next few days. S&P 500 also up about nearly 4%, 1%, about 44 points, 4237.8. This is actually a much better reversal than the NASDAQ has been. NASDAQ has been good primarily because of Microsoft, but overall, this is actually looking like a good reversal as well. And then finally, the Dow Jones Industrial Average also up about almost a little over 200 points today. Very strong. Look at these two candles actually of the Dow. It has been very strong of the three. 0.6%, not as strong in terms of percentage as the NASDAQ and the S&P, but still very, very good. One of the stocks that came up on my radar is Wingstop. So before we do the analysis, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, so at least I get a lot more visibility and the channel does well as well. Wingstop is a quick service restaurant. They have quite a few, they're a chain, and they have quite a few restaurants that have been added to their mix over the last couple of quarters. Strong earnings yesterday, very good move post earnings. So let's go through our process, see where we end up. So we always start with the fundamentals and the financials first. On an annualized basis, going from little less than $100 million in revenue in 2016. So that's close to about 7 years, nearly 3.5 times. So 350 million in revenue, growing steadily at about 20-30% clip. So I like this. And if you look at this in the last year, it actually moved faster, nearly double the growth of the previous year. And this year is expected to be somewhere in the 17-18 million percentage range. And very strong growth Q4 and Q1, 40%, slowed down dramatically in Q2. And then Q3 earnings were strong as well, based on stock and fire. As you can see, domestic comp growth increases. Restaurant growth was very, very strong. Here's what it said: 117 million in revenue, up 26% year over year, and EPS 69 cents. So I like that. Growth is strong in the 30%, 27%, 30% range. The balance sheet has got about $400 million, $450 million, excuse me, in total assets. Quite a lot of debt. Oh my goodness, they have a ton of debt. I don't like this. Net debt is about 485, which is less than that. I don't like this at all. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. I'm not going to be too optimistic on taking a big position. Huge PE, 87, probably because of the regular growth. And then 13 times size to sales for 20% growth. Oh man, this is enormous. So if this has a miss, you're going to see a real tanking of the stock. But so far, it's been good. That's probably the reason why it even showed up. So if you take a position, if you're interested in trading, it's been going higher highs and higher lows. So that's a good sign for the stock overall. This is the logical 224 is the logical next stop. There seems to be a little bit of resistance in the 205 timeframe. Let's see if it goes past that. If it does, then 240 is the next kind of resistance that it might see. And then the support that it would see right now, at least, seems to be definitely the 170 range. Could be even later, somewhere in the 180 range. This is another good point of resistance. But this seems like a range right now. Actually, this is a good range. 180 has done a couple of times that it's actually seen it hit that. So 180, 778, that seems like a good place to be. It's in a stage 2 incline after a stage 4 decline. So it's an acceleration phase. That's a good sign on the monthly chart. On the weekly chart, you can see that it's actually forming a nice very, very nice channel. And that channel should take it a little bit higher past this 205 range in the next couple of days, at which point it'll have a double resistance over here, hitting past a couple of resistances, the 209, 210 range. Yeah, so it should hit a resistance here, and then depending on what it does would be important. So you can ride it over the next couple of days. I would expect it to go down a little bit, somewhere in the 195, 191 range, and then hold it up all the way until 210, about nearly a 5% rise in a couple of weeks or so. And then if it goes past this resistance, that's a good sign. Otherwise, this is going to be a multiple or a double top and then a move down again. But I expect over the next couple of days to form a little bit of a 191 range, 195 to 191 range, come down a little bit somewhere in this range, and then should go up back again. Show you what that would look like. So over the next couple of days, move a little bit down. Number one, that's step number one. And then step number two would be to go back up to hit the 210 range somewhere in this, and that would be a good resistance points to get out. So 191 buy, 210, 211 sell might be a good place to be able to trade this stock. The RSI looks good. And if you look at all of the moving averages, they mostly seem like they're trending upwards. Yeah, even the short-term moving average is trending upward. Not super high, but it's a good place to be. So trading wise, this is a good stock. Long-term buy and hold, with the amount of debt that it has and the valuation that it has, this is a rich stock. Even trading, just be a little careful would be my suggestion on this stock. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel.